Hey there YouTube, it's me TFR Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the second of this month's Korean Toys reviews. So right, today I've got something from the Hello Carbot toy line, a figure that's not been out for very long. It's one of the new figures from season 13, but it hasn't got that gimmick that the season 13 is running with, which is the gem gimmick, where it's kind of like a breast master, headmaster type thing, where they have the robot torso and body, and then you have like a chest piece that plugs in that from like a robotic animal that plugs into the chest and then becomes the robot. It's a bit of a weird gimmick actually. I'm not sure if I want to get into it, but they have released some other characters in this line that are like more normal, so to speak. They're more straightforward and much like, you know, sort of Carbots of old. So I've decided to get the first of them, and the character in question is this gal. We're looking at the box. So this is a Hello Carbot. Now, here's the name here, the Hangul name here. Now, it's one of those figures that's open to interpretation, or a little bit of ambiguity to it, because a lot of the other, well, the previous sort of Hello Carbot toy lines, they had the English name of the character printed on the top of the box, so you know there was no doubt as to what it was called. But for these figures, for some reason, they haven't bothered to do that. I don't know why they did that. So we've got her name. It's a fembot. It's a she. And obviously, this is the typical box. You know, it's got all the product information on the bottom. It's got all the pictures on the back of the robot mode, alt mode, and Chatan. And then you've got the little cube that works with a watch. And yeah. So it comes with, you know, a page of black and white instructions on some glossy paper that show you the transformation, and it comes with a little cube that you put in the activator watch. So getting back to the name of the character. Now I've taken a photograph of the character name on the box, and I've done a scan of it and grabbed the text and gone onto Google Translate. And this is what the Korean name is called. Repos. But then you go the English translation. Repos. Now, if you look on the thumbnail of this video, I've called the character Repos, and or Repos. Yeah, it's one of those that's got two translations. So I'm going to call it Repos for the sake of this review. So any Korean people watching, oh, that's not what it's called. It's called this instead. You know, I know I'm probably getting the name wrong, but as you can see, English translation Repos. See, Google Translate says it's Repos, so I'm going with that. So anyway, here is Repos in her car mode, and it's a pretty interesting looking car. Now, it's kind of like got a sporty car, you know, proportions. You know, it's kind of like a sporty coupe. It's got a bit of a spoiler on the back. You know, it's got quite a long hood or bonnet, and it's got quite a large grille. It's got lights. It's got wheels. It's got, you know, moulded in windscreen wipers, door handles. You know, petrol cap. It's got some nice transparent lights on the back. Pretty plain at the back. It's also got like what are they called? You know, it's not called a sunshine roof, is it? It's, you know, like a starlight roof or whatever they call it, where it's like a glass roof going all the way back. And yeah, it's a pretty cool looking car. Now, this car, it's a totally fictitious car, totally made up, not based on any particular real car. But when you look at certain styling or design aspects of it, it does bear some similarities to a real world vehicle. Now, a bit of a guessing game here. Looking at it, what car do you think this most looks like? I personally think this most looks like a Mazda RX-8. And, well, if you hear me out, my reasons why. Now, I just so happen to have a model of a Mazda RX-8 with me. So I've got, you know, alternator shock blast here. I've just dug down off the shelf. So this is a Mazda RX-8. Right, there we go. Now, you put them sort of side by side, you know, there are obvious differences between them. But I think, now if you look at the design of the doors, now the RX-8 has got these like suicide doors in the back. It's got like the main door at the front. Can you open it? There you go. You got the front door, and then you've got the back door, right? So that's the Mazda RX-8 door design. But if you look at the shape of the door line, door jamb, it goes down there, and it comes round there, and it comes up, round, and like that. So you've got this sort of shape here. Now, if you look at the design of the doors on this, you can see it's got like a very sort of narrow sort of suicide door in the back, and it's also got that similar sort of shape round the door line to a Mazda RX-8. I think so. And that's not all. If you look at the lights, the design of the lights, even though the grills are totally different, the actual design of the lights is somewhat similar, both on the front and the back. It's got a totally different rear windscreen, and also the bonnet doesn't slope as much as what this does, and it's got a totally different grille. But it does have, in my opinion, styling cues from the Mazda RX-8 on this thing. So that's what I'm saying. This is, in my opinion, it most looks like a Mazda RX-8. That's what I'm going with. So that's like going on about the styling cues on the vehicle. I mean, obviously the wheels as well, 5-spoke wheels, and obviously the Mazda RX-8 has got 5-spoke wheels as well. So yeah, I think personally Mazda RX-8. That's what I'm going with. So anyway, that's about enough about the Alt mode. I've shown you all the little design sort of details on it. Obviously, it's got large pinned wheels, rolls extremely well. It's got transparent lenses. It's got all that. It does have weapon storage in Alt mode. So if you go underneath, here is the weapon. It just plugs in underneath. Only goes in one way. There's like the robot fist there, and there's like a peg on the bottom of the gun. It just sort of plugs in, and then there's slots for it in the front, and it just sticks in like that, and it can't see it underneath. But it has got weapon storage in Alt mode, which is good. And yeah, that's about as much as we can say about the Alt mode. A pretty smart looking car. It's got, in my opinion, some design similarities with the Mazda RX-8, but yeah, it's a pretty cool looking car. Now, on to transformation. Transformation on this thing, being a Hello Carbot figure, is quite intuitive. So I think the best way to start is to come to the back of the car and grab the sides, and then just pull, and then you'll pull the arms and the shoulders out. There we go. And you've got these links that come down like so. And that's how it starts. Next we move down onto the legs, but first of all we go around the back. You've got the head. Just flip the head out and flip it round, and that clicks into place. Then you've got the windscreen on the roof section. Unplugs, it's on a double hinge, it goes up, there's two ports here and 2 pegs, and that just clips into place. The legs, split the legs, rotate forward so the wheel's facing towards the front. Then you come around the back, you've got the foot, so you take the top of the foot and just pull, and that pulls out the foot. So all you need to do now is just twizzle them round to face forwards. Just might have to sort of fold in these heel pieces, and that's the legs done. Then we go back to the arms. Now you unplug the door section from the back quarter of the car. You fold the rear section of the car up, collapse the roof, and then you've got the arm, which is in like a 2-piece sort of transformation. You've got the top piece of the arm is on a double jointed hinge. So if I do it this way, you can see. So you plug this thing, then sort of hinge it back. Then this piece twizzles round like 180 degrees. Like so. And then the this piece just sort of folds up and then clips back into place on the other side of the door. And that's one arm done. So you just do the arm on the other side, unplug the well, you bring the arm down, unplug top of the window, flip that round, and then fold that in and clip it into place, and that's the arm done. So we're pretty much done. There we have Repos, Hello Carbot Repos in her robot mode, and pretty cool looking figure. Quite tall, lanky. She's quite slim. It's got a slim build figure. I'm getting a bit of condensation on my web camera. Just give me a moment. Right, there we go. It's all right. We're getting to that point in the year where we're getting into the autumn and getting the colder temperatures, and this house isn't centrally heated, so this room does get kind of cold. And when I switch the webcam on, it warms up inside, and it's got like a lens piece in front which gets condensation on it, and it causes a bit of a foggy effect on my videos. So I have to sort of deal with that in the colder autumn and winter months. But anyway, getting back to the figure. Repos, Hello Carbot Repos, Fembot, very tall, pretty decent looking figure. It's got some nice colours. Obviously you've got the red, then you've got the blue, and you've got the grey and the black. And yeah, pretty cool looking figure. Size comparison. She's quite big. She is a full leader class size, which is something we've not seen for a while from the Hello Carbot toy line, because they've been downscaling their figures. But with these season 13 Hello Carbot gem characters, they seem to be sizing them back up again. I know the gem figures themselves are full leader class size bots, but back to Repos. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I have seen some clips from some episodes which feature her, and she's quite athletic. And she also has this ability where she can shoot like grappling irons out of her shoulder pauldrons, and to do sort of rescue things and grab enemies and pull them in, and stuff like that. So she's got that ability. Light piping. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Can you see that? She has got amazing light piping. Awesome light piping. The back of her head is like a big transparent block, and she's got amazing light piping. It just works a treat. Yeah, so she's got that going for her as well. And I can't remember the last time I saw a Hello Carbot figure with sort of light piping. They do have it sometimes, but it's not a common thing on Hello Carbot figures, really. Yeah, aesthetically, she's a pretty cool looking figure. Cleans up really well. Has got quite a bit of door kibble hanging off the sides of the arms. But they don't get in the way too much of her articulation. Now, articulation. Got a head rotation. The shoulders are on this double jointed link, which gives you a little bit of up and down motion. Then ratchet all the way around. Can go out that far, but the shoulders are quite bulky and they sort of dig into the top there. She has got bicep swivels, and 90-degree elbow. Nothing at the waist, sadly, but ratcheted hips that go forwards, go back, go out to the side, so you know she can do full splits. You can get her in some really good you know, high kick poses, but because of the way the feet are angled, it's difficult to get her to balance properly. But she can do it. I've you know, put her in some really cool, you know, super high kick poses. Yeah, so 5 swivels, knee joints, and then the feet, they're no ankle tilts, but they have got the usual thing whereby the feet are, you know, cut at an angle to give a neutral A stance, but they have got forwards and backwards and a twizzle in the ankle, so that gives you some extra, you know, sort of, you know, posing options. And yeah, so she's pretty good. Let's before we wind this this video up, obviously the accessory, she does come with this gun, which is rather flat. I showed you the weapon storage in the alt mode, but she can, of course, sort of hold it. I don't understand why Hello Carbot figures come with guns, because generally in the show you don't see them using guns, and yet the toys come with guns. The only character that actually had a gun was Sky, and even then it was like a glue gun. It wasn't actually, you know, a gun that most of the time they shoot beams or lasers or projectiles from their, you know, from their eyes or from their limbs or whatever. You know, they don't actually use physical weapons as such. But anyway, there's the gun. It will fit in her hand, and that's that. So there we go. That's been my review of this character, Hello Carbot Repos, or Repos if you're Korean. Yeah. So sorry if I've messed up this character's name, but as you can see, it's got 2 translations from the you know, the Korean Hangul mark on Google Translate. So yeah, I'm just going with the English one. She's all right. She's really good. She's a decent fembot. She's nicely painted. She's got, you know, a little bit more jointage than your average sort of Korean toy. Awesome light piping. You know, got the usual sort of attitude. Nice solid build. Decent, you know, fairly straightforward transformation. She's a great figure, and you know, she'd make a good addition to any, you know, any collection. Anybody who likes buying big, you know, big transforming robot toys, or, you know, likes collecting Korean figures, she's a definite. I can thoroughly recommend her. So she's really good, and that has been my review of her. I've been TFR Wilderness, and yeah, so that's this little review wound up. We've only got a couple of days left till the end of the month, and then it'll be end of month bot haul time. So that being said, I've been TFR Wilderness. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.